Hi, buddy. Hey, Louie. Hey, everybody. What's happening? Tuesday morning. Gonna get going with a new project. Before that starts, I'm gonna show you a couple cool things. Number one is a crafty craft table I made. Check this thing out. Bing, bang, boom. All repurposed wood. Every piece. So, take a look here. This is some old heart redwood I found, I had laying around. And this piece, and I bolted those in. Then I had some old redwood 4x4s threw in there. And this thing I found in the dirt to hold those together. And this is a table. It's really a table just for my big vise. And I found this old piece of like butcher block wood, really heavy. I figured we can work on that. Some dirty materials, stuff. Dude, get off my foot. He's standing on my foot for real. You need to get off my foot, bro. Back off. Come on, man. For real. Now he's stood on my other foot. Dude, this dog. Get off my foot. Let's see what else we did. So how did I build this table? Just with some decking screws and some lag bolts. You know, these are called lag bolts. They went through for support. And then, in order to keep the legs straight when you build a table, you want some support beams going sideways. And then I didn't want one in front here. I actually couldn't find enough wood. So I put one in the middle, and that's gonna stop the legs from coming together. This is gonna stop the legs from doing this. Plus, they're bolted, lag bolted in the top. You can see underneath how I did the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. I worked on this with one of my classes. I don't know who remembers what class it was, but it came out pretty cool. And so my thought was I have my grinder. I can open the garage and put a blower out here, and it'll just, you know, all the shards can shoot out the door rather than sit in my garage. And then these two pieces of wood are screwed down with a couple decking screws. Yeah, so this is where we'll go to do some grinding and bending of metal and things like that on my cool, repurposed, hardcore little workbench and dog eating a leaf. Looks good though, doesn't it? I'm pretty psyched about that. That came out really nice. Super psyched. Now back over to the other benches. I did a lot of work on my workbenches. I also put some new paint on top of these, just to keep them nice and clean. See that? Here's a project I'm thinking of for the future. Maybe the next project. I don't know if we can all get our shells, but something. Not sure yet. That'll be cool. But this is like my new office. So we got our old Apple heads. You guys remember these guys? The project we just did, my vision board. I think I'm gonna make a whole hangy area for my vision board in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna start a new project. And I was looking around like this. I thought to myself, how about we make a hat? Because I saw an old cowboy hat up there in the rafters. See that? You kind of see it up? And we'll get that down in a minute. But look at these. I put some LED lights above my workshop bench too. See how nice that is? Notice there's 4, but I only hooked up 2 because I initially did 4 and it was bright as the sun. So I figured I'd unplug 2, keep those for a couple of years till they burn out, and then just plug in the other ones. I mean, they might last forever. I'll show you another crafty thing. I'm gonna show you a couple crafty things I've been doing that don't really constitute a project, but they show you some stuff, some ways you can be crafty on your own and save money. And it's not even about saving money. It's just about like using your hands and doing something creative and getting in the zone, and at the same time saving a little money and being proud of something. So I showed you this old axe. I think I showed one of my other classes. This is for chopping wood, splitting wood, backyard for the fire. I put a new handle on it. I grinded it down and oiled it, and then I put a little epoxy and added black paint to the epoxy in the top to really hold it in there and also get a nice finished, clean look. And this is an old axe that I found at a garage sale for like $5. It had a beat up old handle. So I spent $15, got a new handle, and I got a new axe then for $20. Rather than, you know, I mean, shoot, you could probably buy an axe for $30 or $40 or $50 for a good one. And so this still ended up costing me $20. But the point is, I made it. It's mine. You know, I didn't make it, I didn't forge it, I didn't carve the wood. Now that's next level. You could do that someday. Make your own axe head in a forge and whittle the wood. But you know, just step one, I repurposed an old one. And yeah, it was fun. Took like an hour, and I felt like I accomplished something, you know what I mean? So that's what I want you guys to start thinking about with the crafts and the upcycling and the repurposing. It's not just about making the art, it's also about making things that work for you and your household and your life. So let's start our hat project. That was just a little show of Crafty Crafterson. Let's start prepping for our hat project. Finding materials, thinking about what we're gonna do. If I haven't already done it, now would be a good time to pause the video, O'Brien, and look up some examples. Okay, we're back. Climbing up. Now, this is where I was when I decided I wanted to do a hat project. I was in my garage and I looked and I saw where I put my old cowboy hat up here. Look at this. I was kind of thinking maybe a boot project someday. My old boots. I mean, these boots are just so old, I can't throw them out and I can't wear them. So I just put them up here as decoration, or maybe I'll find them one day. Same with this hat. It just doesn't really fit that well. Didn't really dig it too much, so I'm gonna pull it down. There it is. So I'm gonna start with that hat, and I'm gonna decorate the heck out of it. And it's not gonna be a hat that I'm gonna wear. More likely it's gonna go right back to where it lived up there in the rafters of my garage, except it's gonna look a lot cooler because I'm gonna make it look cool and awesome, just like our buddy Norman and Steve and Billy and Jennifer and Susan. It's gonna look awesome. And all right, so I got my hat. Start with that. Cool. And I think my thought with that is I'm definitely going to do some painting on it. So I have some paints here. I mostly just work with black and white paint. A, those are the easiest to get. B, this is all I want to mess with right now. I like the high contrast. We obviously have this old wire we always use. I need to find a paintbrush so I can work with some paints. I'm feeling like some Dippin' Dots around it or something. I gotta figure out a way to keep this thing on, or maybe decorate this separately. Something like that could be pretty cool. It's pretty neat. What else do I want for this guy? I looked over here and I found this old feather. We're most definitely putting an old feather in this hat. Let's grab this thing. I knew this would come in handy. I just found this down the line. Oh, are you kidding me? Heck yeah, that's going on there. Okay, we got that, we got that. Some designs. Now what about some of these old abalone shells? I wonder if there's a way I could kind of put some abalone shells around it. Or maybe abalone shells around this. Or fill the top. I can break up the abalone shells and I could do some epoxy in the top and then just fill it with abalone shells. That's a really cool idea. So abalone shells, I have to find some more abalone shells. I'm looking around, I want to add any nuts and bolts and stuff to it. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think that's a really good start. So what I have so far from mine is I have this old hat. I need to clean it. So I need to get some cleaning stuff. and I want to do some painting on it. And I think I want to do an abalone inlay type thing along the top with some abalone shells and some epoxy, the epoxy that I used for repurposing that axe. I definitely want to stick a feather in it, like that. Well, that just looks cool. Not some cool like I would wear it, but cool if I would wear it if like it was a Mountie. Cool, cool, cool. All right, you guys. That's the getting the hat together video. I'm gonna get a few more materials available, and then I'm going to do the working on the hat video in a few minutes. All right, peace.